Good day, everybody. It's the Hawk. I would just like to thank all my subscribers. Appreciate the support. Please like and share. It's amazing. The message is getting out. This video will contain a multitude of things, mainly about South Africa. I'll talk a little bit about the virus and about Bill Gates and how this kind of ties together with South Africa. But I'm not happy with certain things, and I have questions that need to be answered. Questions that maybe somebody else could answer, but I found it difficult to accept. Here we go. Okay, in the second half of this section of my video, I want to talk about, and I want to thank Amazing Polly again for this small section of video. And the reason I got this video was because I wanted to show you that I have lots of questions for Bill Gates. Approximately 7 years ago, he stood up on a TED group explaining what the possibilities were for a pandemic, an airborne pandemic. Listen to what I'm saying, airborne. He showed a scenario. He demonstrated it. He detailed everything that has just happened. Detailed the detail. This was very well planned. I found it ironic. This is exactly what happened. So they had 7 years to plan this. In my opinion, they planned this. With the help of the IMF, the World Health Organization, the World Monetary Fund, and all the drug companies, industrial drug companies, set this up. They manipulated most of these leaders. And here we are in a lockdown where the entire economies of everybody in the world are affected by a small group of money makers. I have lots of questions that are not being answered. Secondly, Mr. Gates, in the United States, we have a constitution that states I have a freedom. I have a freedom. I have a freedom to choose. I have a constitutional right to freedom. According to you, we do not. According to you, we can be tracked by our cell phones. We can be tracked by vaccinated, inserted control devices, tracking devices. You stated it in your address. You've stated it numerous times in the last couple of weeks with regards to we must not allow people to go out unless they've been vaccinated. You're not allowed to travel. You're not allowed. We need to control. Who the hell are you? Who gives you the right? Just because you're a rich person. Who gives you the right to walk into the White House, as you said the other day, and sit Donald Trump down and explain your situation to him just because you're a billionaire? What rights do I have not to do the same thing and tell Donald Trump that, hey, sir, we disagree with this. Our Constitution states that we have freedoms. Our Constitution says we have rights as humans. Who gives you the right to dictate this? Who gives you the right and these drug companies to dictate to the citizens of the world? There's something wrong with this picture. Now I want to show you the puppets. And I'm extremely shocked at the Israeli government. Netanyahu. And there's Ramaphosa like a little sheep. The same thing. You will be utterly shocked. Watch this. Watch Bill Gates explain exactly what is happening right now.
Ebola does not spread through the air. And by the time you're contagious, most people are so sick that they're bedridden. Third, it didn't get into many urban areas, and that was just luck. If it gotten into a lot more urban areas, the case numbers would have been much larger. So next time we might not be so lucky. You can have a virus where people feel well enough while they're infectious that they get on a plane or they go to a market. The source of the virus could be a natural epidemic like Ebola, or it could be bioterrorism. And so there are things that would literally make things 1,000 times worse. In fact, let's look at a model of a virus spread through the air like the Spanish flu back in 1918. So here's what would happen. It would spread throughout the world very, very quickly. And you can see there's over 30 million people die from that epidemic.
I have a problem with this scenario that he gave me. 1918. In 1918, you could not get mail for a month. You heard about an earthquake 2 months after it happened. Most of the world communications was slow. I disagree with his model. This is pandering to panic. In the 21st century today, I can instantly take a picture and send it to Russia from the United States. I can send it to China, and within 3 seconds, you have a picture. His scenario is just pandering to panic, and too many people took it. And now look at the world. Why listen to these rich deviants?
Serious problem. We should be concerned. But in fact, we can build a really good epidemic. So this is a serious problem. We should be concerned. But in fact, we can build a really good response system. We have the benefits of all the science and technology that we talk about here. We've got cell phones to get information from the public and get information out to them. We have satellite maps where we can see where people are and where they're moving. We have advances in biology that should dramatically change the turnaround time to look at a pathogen and be able to make drugs and vaccines that fit for that pathogen. So we can have tools, but those tools need to be put into an overall global health system, and we need preparedness.
That's right, you have a cell phone and we can track you. And we can make a vaccine. And we can put all these controls in place. So we can make a lot of money. So for 7 years they planned this. And if you remember, in that 7 years there was a lot of different pandemics and flus, and this one took this time. So all I can tell you is too many people ran down this rabbit hole, in my opinion. Things are not making sense. And when Bill Gates is on almost every TV show pushing his agenda, things start to stink. Now in this next two clips, I want to show you something. Now this came from Amazing Polly's site, and thank you again. You will see the world leaders all repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. Who's controlling them? Who's feeding them? I mean, you're the leader of your own country, but you're all repeating the same message almost verbatim. Therefore, who is controlling these people? And why? Is something seriously wrong with this? Because if that is the case, you are not the leader of your countries. Just watch this. It's actually shocking. And then you will see a young lady talking at the end of the video. And she's talking about marketing. And we need customers. We need a sustainable customer base. Listen carefully to what she's saying. And this lady works directly for Bill Gates and the Bill Gates Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This should wake you all up.
I don't know if you caught this thing. It was a 2.5-hour long telethon sort of thing. This pledging event, they called it. Hosted by Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the EU. Over the course of this 2.5 hours, they had a whole string of world leaders that sounded like they were reading hostage notes, that they were given a script and they had to read this thing to the camera and give up, in the end, $8 billion of taxpayer money, all told from all of their citizens. So you and I are paying for this thing. Just listen to a select few world leaders and what it sounded like to listen to them.
Better diagnostics, treatment, and a safe and effective vaccine. COVID-19 diagnostics, therapeutics and vaccines.
Largement du développement et du déploiement rapide de diagnostics, vaccins et traitements efficaces.
Universal access to vaccination, treatment, and diagnostics.
Equitable access to new COVID diagnostics, therapeutics, and vaccine.
We must all work together on improving diagnostics, accelerating therapies, and ultimately developing a vaccine.
We need to make vaccines, treatment, and diagnostics accessible to everyone. Vaccines, treatments, and diagnosis will be the most effective way to do it. We need new diagnostics, vaccines, treatments, and an equal distribution to all.
On equitable access to diagnostics, treatments, and vaccines.
And affordability of the vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics.
In order to develop treatments and vaccines.
Be a donor coming in and saying, we want, I'm just going to throw out it. It needs to be win-win, certainly. It can't just be a donor coming in and saying, we want, I'm just going to throw out a hypothetical example here, we want X private sector company to make Y product and then sell it. It shouldn't be that, it's not that simple. It needs to be a win-win partnership for all parties involved, most importantly the developing country that we're working with itself, but very importantly for the private sector, it needs to be seen as not just CSR, but a sustainable market-driven model for them. Part and parcel of that is certainly something that HealthTech has done again, and that we're looking to do more and more of around demand and market projections. Again, creating a product is one thing. You've got to make sure that the market is there, and you've got to make sure that folks are there to buy it.
Quite shocking. We have to make sure that the market is there. This is the Hawk. Please subscribe to my channel, share, like, send it out there. Bill Gates, I need answers. We got problems here. A lot of people are suffering. And this ain't right. You say you are humanitarian. I'm starting to think otherwise, buddy. This is about money. This is not about humanitarian. There's something wrong with this picture. This is the Hawk. To all South Africans, be careful. Who is your leader really belonging to? Who's controlling him? Look to the future. The past is gone. You need better leaders. This is the Hawk. I'm out of here. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And thanks for the subscriptions. Thank you for support. I appreciate it. And remember, you were born free. Stay free. And in the United States, you have a constitution that guarantees your right to freedom. And like in that movie, Patriot, freedom! President Trump, please uphold the Constitution of the United States. Thank you. This is the Hawk. I'm out of here.